breaking news about an exceptionally brutal day on Wall Street. Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news about an exceptionally brutal day on Wall Street. President Trump's tariffs sparking a huge sell-off today, sending all three major markets plunging. The trading day there, you're hearing the bell ringing. It's closing. The free fall comes after the president's announcement yesterday to slap reciprocal tariffs on global trading partners. Let's look at the final numbers now on Wall Street. The Dow losing almost a little over 4% of its value. The S&P 500 losing about 5%. The NASDAQ down about 6%. Let's go to Christine Romans right now, who is at the New York Stock Exchange. Christine, we've seen bad days on Wall Street before that in the final hour, suddenly the buying opportunities and everything seems okay. This isn't that.
This is not that. In fact, you did not get any of that late day buying, people trying to find a...
Hour, suddenly the buying opportunities and everything seems okay. This isn't that.
This is not that. In fact,
a major, as promised, this was a major announcement from the president, and reaction is pouring in from around the globe this morning. The markets are still reeling, but the Trump argument is that this is exactly what our economy needs.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time.
President Trump in the Rose Garden to make an address the White House had been hyping for weeks. He held a large chart, ticking off one country after another that would face U.S. tariffs based on how they tariff U.S. goods.
Look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%.
The Trump strategy here, encourage manufacturers to produce in the United States and lean on other countries to lower their trade barriers. But in the meantime, prices may rise.
The joint resolutions...
7%.
The Trump strategy here, encourage manufacturers to produce in the United States and lean on other countries to lower their trade barriers. But in the meantime, prices may rise.
Shalom, shalom to the elect of Yasharallah. All praises and glory goes to our mighty power Yahweh. By Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well, and salutation to all the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel, man, coming out of our Bible that is giving us a warning of what the things to come, the things shortly to come to pass, right? The end of this society, the end of this man's rulership, right? The collapse of his currency, the collapse of his system. And that's what we're witnessing, right? U.S. recession, stock market. 2001 dropped 40%, 2008 60%, 2023 38%, 2025 still dropping, right? Still dropping, right? We're looking for the end of this man's system, right? Because what's coming? What's coming next? The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. Before that happened, all hell got to break loose in this man's society, right? I'm reading 2 Ezra 16 and 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case," right? And them cheap items used to purchase, right? The items used to get for that low cost, right? That's about to change due to what the tariffs, due to what DJT put these tariffs in other countries, right? So the cost of your items in the stores is about to go up. The cost of your medicine is about to go up. Cost of your gasoline is about to go up. Cost of clothing and food is about to go up, right? Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? What comes when motherfuckers can't provide for themselves? All hell break loose on earth. That's what's about to happen. All hell break loose on earth. These people about to get on demon time, right? These people about to rob, they about to steal, they about to kill to get what they need in this society, man, to survive, right? Neighbors against neighbors, friends against friends, family against family. All these things that the scriptures talk about that would happen at the end of this man's society, right? And we're looking for these things, right? U.S. recession fears. You should be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. These people have been living on a high horse for a long time. Now they about to lose everything: houses, cars, wealth, right? They minds. They about to lose their goddamn minds, and they gonna turn on each other. I'm reading here in the book of, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not." What's coming? Evil days, right? The days of famine, the days of tribulation, the days of you can't find nothing to eat. So you might end up doing things like this, right? What's the future? Cannibalism, right? Cannibalism, right? Motherfuckers eating their neighbors. Motherfuckers eating their children. Motherfuckers eating their wives, right? Women cooking their husbands and family members, right? We read about in the Bible about the two women. One woman killed her child. The other woman, she hid hers. She said, oh, hell no, I ain't about to do this shit. Right? Because the times we're about to come into is times you have never seen before. And the Bible said what the love of many is about to wax cold in this society. Due to what? Fear. Due to fear. I'm reading, it says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And most of you American people are not having pleasurous times because you have lost your jobs. You have lost that house. You have lost that car. You have lost your opportunity to provide for you and your family. So now you're at the bottom, right? You have what they call it, middle class. Now you're in the lower class, poor class, right? It says, while the sun or light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right? You see these financial advisors, right, watching over the economy, they're trembling. Right? They're like, man, they don't have control over this. Right? It's the Lord who controls this whole system. Right? And the Lord is putting these other nations to be at war with America due to what? The ways of DJT. Right? Due to his legislation, due to his rules that he's passing, and his tariffs, right? It's causing a global rift and division. Right? To the point where America is being, how can we say, alienated. Nobody want to mess with America. It says, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders seize. What are your fucking jobs? Right? Your jobs. It's allow you jakes who believe in the Lord. Guess what? Prepare for not to have your fucking jobs. Prepare to go to work one day, and there's going to be a fucking piece of paper on that door saying we are no longer in business. This is the last day. Right? Ain't gonna be no severance pay. Ain't gonna be none of that shit. It's just gonna be you going to work and finding out that the doors are locked. There's a chain on them motherfuckers, right? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, right? You seen how many Department of Education, Department of Health, Department of this, Department of that, they slashing jobs. And at the same time, jobs are vanishing from just your regular sector of businesses, right? They laying off in the medical sector. They laying off in the motherfuckers who be dropping off mail sector, right? The only thing that's gonna be hiring pretty soon is that military. They about to be drafting these people to go to war, right? Grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Yeah, that's what's about to happen. Mass unemployment, mass starvation, mass eviction, mass repos. They're gonna take them cars, right? People talking about living that car life. Man, they about to take their fucking car. And if you ain't got money to pay to renew your license, renew your tags on your cars, guess what? You done. You done, right? The whole system's about to collapse on your stupid asses for trusting in it, for not trusting in your power, which is Yahweh. And we talking to you Israelites. The doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up with the voice of the bird. And it says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? Now forget your music, forget your entertainment, forget your fun. Yeah, prepare for the house of mourning. That's where you people about to be, in the house of mourning, not the house of mirth, right? And we know it's about to turn up. It's about to turn up, right? This is the first day of what these tariffs being enacted, and you've seen the reaction. The stock market crashed, right? It says here in 2 Ezra 14, verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done. Salaki, I'm read again. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So think about the Great Depression. Think about World War I, World War II. Nothing compared to what's coming. Nothing compares to what's coming, right? Here in the book, it says, in the book of Luke 23 and 31, for if they do these things in a green tree, what shall they do in the dry, right? You've seen how these people were when things were okay. They were committing murder. They were robbing, they were stealing, they were doing all type of evils. And you still had jobs, you still had an opportunity to go to work. But the people said, no, they don't want to work. So imagine when there's nothing. There's nothing. Only one thing left is a human meat market. That human meat motherfucking market. They selling elbows, knees, hands, feet, right? Heads, right? It's about to get fucking scary out here for these people, man. They think it's a joke. I'm reading the book of Ezekiel 5:10. It says, therefore the fathers shall eat their sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers. And I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds, right? That's what happened before. And the Lord's about to bring these spirits back again, right? Wait till all fucking hell break loose. You're going to see these people. They're going to be trying to flee California. They're going to try to flee New York. They're going to try to flee Chicago. Right? They're going to try to flee Mississippi, Florida, man. Ain't nowhere going to go. You ain't nowhere for you to go to. Right? The Bible talk about in the mountains what's going to happen. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15, verse 58. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, right? They're going to try to flee into the mountains, right? They're going to leave these cities. They're going to leave these suburbs, right? Because the military troops going to be all over the place. Martial law, right? Checkpoints. They're going to try to escape. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, right? These off-the-grid motherfuckers, right? Man, the Lord gonna make sure ain't gonna be no fucking food for you to eat out there. Right? It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Right? The Lord is gonna bring this famine, and none shall escape. Right? None shall escape. You got these so-called preppers. They think they got everything. Everything's good. They got food stored. They got canned food goods. They got weapons, right? They got their wives. They got their children, and they're not worried about nothing. Guess what? They gonna fucking turn on each other, right? This Lord gonna make sure that you seen in that one movie, right? Jake going from different places and finding different, how can we say, SHTF storage places where people were supposed to be and what they ain't there. They ain't there. Well, it's a lot of these people, they storing up the food like they gonna be at their house when all hell break loose, right? Like they're gonna be at that place of shelter, of security when all hell break loose. Man, your ass might be at work. Your ass might be on the other side of town. You don't know where you're gonna be in them days, right? That's why we're putting our trust in who? Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.